The most misunderstood force in Norse mythology wasn't the frost giants or the flames of Surtr. It was the silent, immovable majesty of the stone giants. They were not merely foes struck down by Thor's hammer. They were the living skeleton of creation itself. Their presence could shift the paths of rivers, halt the march of armies, and steady the trembling of the nine realms. This is not the tale of monsters destined for ruin, but of ancient beings whose stillness shaped the cosmos. Their power was not noise, but endurance. Not fury, but gravity. In a world of storms and flames, their quiet strength was a deeper kind of might. The kind that holds the sky in place. If fire destroys and frost preserves, stone remembers. And memory, in the Norse world, is a power all its own. The Titans born before thunder. Long before Thor lifted Mjolnir. Before Odin carved order from chaos. The stone giants stirred beneath the forming mountains. They did not descend from gods. They were not shaped by will. They emerged, hewn from the cliffs of primordial Jotunheimer, rising like living monuments from the raw earth. Some said they were children of Ymir's bones. Others claimed they were older still. Older than the very stories that attempted to contain them. Their forms reflected the landscape itself. Bodies of granite and basalt. Skin marked like weathered cliffs. Voices as low and rumbling as shifting tectonic plates. In their eyes lived eons. Not rage, not malice, but the unhurried patience of mountains that watched stars die and reform above them. To witness a stone giant was to glimpse the earliest age of the cosmos, the era before God's CLA. In dominion over meaning, keepers of the geological soul, the stone giants did not roam. They dwelt in deep valleys carved by ancient waters, upon ridges where wind sang across stone, within caverns laced with glowing veins of primordial magic. They were the guardians of the earth's hidden architecture. The ley lines, the mineral veins, the bones of Yggdrasil's foundations. Where frost giants embraced winter, and fire giants embraced ruin, the stone giants embodied the balance the world depended on. Their strength was quiet, their wisdom deep, their presence indispensable. But myths, like mountains, cast long shadows, and the gods saw only OBS. Tackless where there were once stewards. How titans became targets. When poets sang of Thor's glory, they needed foes as colossal as his ego. Beings large enough, fierce enough, to make his victories thunder across ages. And so the stone giants became villains. Not because they waged war, but because their existence offered a stage for Asgard's resounding triumphs. A single giant hurling a boulder to clear a river's path became a monster threatening the gods. A watcher on a mountain ledge, ensuring that ancient magic remained unbroken, became an enemy lying in wait. The stone giants did not choose conflict. Conflict found them. Hammer first. Their downfall was not aggression, but misinterpretation. The strength that shaped the skies. When provoked, of course. Even stone can crack. Even mountains can shake. And when a stone giant rose in rage, the world noticed. They could split cliffs with a fist, reshape valleys with their footsteps, and hurl boulders that fell like newborn moons. Legends speak of Hrungnir, with a heart as heavy as an anvil, and a skull so hard that Thor's hammer could scarcely break it. But their violence was never needless. It was the defense of a people who protected the earth itself. Eve. And from gods who believed themselves above the laws of creation. More than brawn, the hidden role of stone. To see the stone giants only as brutes is to misunderstand the Norse cosmos entirely. Stone was not merely a material. It was the memory of the world. The record of ages etched into layers. the silent witness to the rise and fall of realms. The giants who embodied this element became living archives, keepers of the deep runes, interpreters of seismic whispers, wardens of ancient magic that even Odin approached with caution. Without stone, there is no structure, no path, no route for E-World Tree. The stone giants were not obstacles. They were infrastructure. Voices lost beneath the thunder. Because they lived slowly. Because they spoke rarely. Because their stories were not written, but felt in the tremors beneath one's feet. Their legacy faded. The Aesir spoke loudest, and history listened. And so these titans, guardians, sages, elemental anchors, became footnotes in a saga they once held together. But if you stand beside a vast cliff in silence, if you feel the pulse of the earth under your feet, if you stand closely enough, you may still hear them. Stone remembers, even when myth does not. The weight that endures. To understand the stone giants is to recognize power in its quietest form. Not the flash of lightning, nor the roar of flame, but endurance, presence, a patience that shapes worlds. By existing, they are the guardians of thresholds, the silent defenders of sacred places, the watchers who need no praise. Their story is not of conquest or destruction, but of grounding, of stability, of the earth's right to remain unmoved. Even when gods demand motion, they are the heaviness that steadies the world, the stillness that survives storms, the memory that outlasts myths. And if Thor reprise NTS the might of the sky, the stone giants are the truth beneath it. Even the heavens need a foundation. Thank you for exploring these ancient titans. If you'd like to unveil more hidden giants, forgotten powers, or misunderstood beings from the Norse world, tell me where to go next.